Players, since long before your sun burned hot in space and before your race was born, I have awaited players. Oh, let me see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Star Trek Adventures here on Architects of Fate. We are continuing our episode, Courts of Flesh and Spirit, and this week's part of that episode is called The Invention of Sorrow. It's the most ominous title I could come up with. So, you guys can, what I want to do is introduce the cast next and have you guys, like, if you want to, tell us about yourself and also, where you think the Sorrow business is going to go. Not Saruman, just Sorrow. We don't have the money to fight with that estate.
And none of our characters are Jamaican, as far as I know, so it's not Soroman.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I had to fire that photon torpedo. I'm sorry.
You're gonna get you just out of the gate. You're gonna make everybody get demerits. Apparently.
Sorry.
Hey Ezra, Destiny. How about you tell us about your brand spanking new fixed laptop, and about Invention of Sorrow.
Yeah, my name's Destiny. I'll be playing Lieutenant Zara. I have a laptop. It's exciting. So it knows how to Wi-Fi.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to?
I can't think of anything tonight.
The Invention of Sorrow doesn't do anything for you?
I like it. I think I'm going to come up with some way to say that sometime.
Okay, actually, yeah, that's worth points if you guys can work the episode title in, and that's kind of like secret word if you need to do it. Well, Jim, definitely got us off on a roll. What have you got?
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jim. I'm playing Starfleet Engineer Lieutenant Lemuel Higby, and I think sorrow was invented when a turkey sat on a heroin bone.
On a what? Wait. Literally, my earpiece died when you said whatever it was, so I think it's keeping me from no words. Is that what it's doing?
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since I didn't hear it, Steve's going to top it because I didn't hear it.
Yeah, no pressure. Sure. Steve here, Lieutenant Nels Tallis. Inventions of Sorrow. That just always sounds like. That sounds like one of those hot sauces they have on Hot Ones. We're gonna, why did you eat that? That's Inventions of Sorrow. You're not gonna like that. Oh God, he's right. Yeah.
Oh God, I love the fact that we're doing Darmok right now. we're doing Data and was it Data and Troy? Like name me a thing of Darmok, and it's a hot sauce on Rigel 7. And
yeah, exactly.
Right.
And whatever it is that Jim said on Bendragenic 6. And then just a void for Destiny. So, yeah, we've got this. I'm going to read an entry from Lieutenant Malcor. He's walking around and sort of inspecting things. So this is how we're going to do this. I think it's going to be hilarious that that I do that. Let me see. Yeah, let's just put that on. Paste. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I used to have your numbers. Okay. Personal log. Lieutenant Melkor Ragathor, USS Odyssey, Detached Service. I've often wondered, every community has its own melody, its pattern of thought and feeling that weaves its members together. It feels like the Dracians have taken this to be more than a metaphor, and something's holding them together. It helps with their life choices and even their memory. And tonight, that is out of tune. There's the aftermath of this factory disaster. The people grieve not only for lives lost, but for the silence left behind. Let me see. I've also witnessed Thomas speaking to one of the injured locals. Their conversation was short, but Thomas's words unsettled me. He seemed burdened by guilt. He may have done something that a Starfleet officer would be ashamed of. There is unease in his confession, and I think he set something dangerous in motion with his actions. Yep, and as an observer, I mean to remain apart, but I cannot help but wonder if this time we have become part of a story that we were meant to study. And I guess then he just turns off his comm badge and goes back to looking at the sky. That's how he's doing it. So I just have the nice, pleasant looking burned out building here. Where would you guys like to pick up? If from your notes, you had worked on the industrial accident. There had been, lots of just normal, well, not normal, typical injured people from an explosion. You got to learn about the community. Lieutenant Azara got to get the crap beaten out of her at least 3 times, just trying to walk across the courtyard. But she learned some things about the Drazians, and then what we've got is Dekinen, who was probably the guy in charge of the factory, and he was in a bad way, and Azara healed him from the inside with her little glowing tube that she stuck down his throat. At least it's allowing him to breathe. And at that point, Tomas Veric said something about, I should never have said anything. And that's kind of where we left it. And what would you guys like to do? You can, if you want, go to, take it up after a couple of days or something like that if you want to. Or we can go straight from this to just dragging him to the hospital. It's up. What do you guys think? You can discuss it among yourselves out loud. I'm not asking you for a, each of you have an opinion. If you don't, flip a coin and then defend that and then die on that hill.
I will die on any hill. What if I feel like you need to get out of this situation and then get to a place where we can grill Tomas about what he just said.
Maybe picking up at their hospital or whatever they have here and figuring out the fate of Dekinen. Because that, I think, was who.
Yeah,
Yes.
That was the dude. Yeah.
Mm.
What do you think? What say you, Steve?
Yeah, I agree with Jim. We should probably quietly melt into the background if we can, and have words with Thomas and see what's that.
What's what?
Yeah.
Okay. Believe it or not, I do have a hospital where they use bits of string. All right, and I throw that into the court images, and I'm gonna grab. See, look, you get to learn more about PowerPoint. This is how things work. You just grab a thing, you drop the thing, you're done with the thing. All the people get very flat and skinny in this universe in the hospital. It sort of just stretches them on out. But
it's a weird effect.
So the hospital is in the phantom zone. Okay.
I am so annoyed with the plagiarism machine. It just doesn't seem to understand Yeah, again, it's not coming for anybody's job after this last upgrade, I'll tell you that. Okay. Yeah, so you're at the hospital, or I think they would call it, there was a name for it, and of course I lost it. Yes. It's a place called the Quiet Chamber. It is a tranquil communal recovery center. Obviously, it has everybody kind of clustered in groups. Injured people are here. There's actually kind of a low chanting and humming going on, believe it or not. Well, believe it or not, yes, that's just what they're doing. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. This is what's happening. So there is a bit of a chant going on. It's not a song that you've heard before, but it was kind of similar to the work song you heard coming in. Not similar, but similar in that vibe. You know, it was like everybody had part of the melody. Yeah, there's a couple of things it can remind you of if you want to make saving throws, but that's okay. The world will not end if you don't. And what we'll do is we'll get let's get Thomas is not how many hours, minutes, or days has it been? How much time has passed since you left the field till you got here?
Good question.
And it's up to you guys, like, you know, because we can decide on decadence. What is it called? How he's doing, or his status? Like, yeah, status with some dice rolls, or you know, to indicate the passage of time, or we can do it, you know, as it happens in live stuff. Also, you guys will want to talk to Virik and a few of the others, so you can kind of decide when and where you maybe want to have that conversation too. If you want to have it here at the hospital, Thomas, unless you stop him from when you left the field, did you guys try and stop him from going with Dekanen to the place of the Quiet Chamber?
I'm not going to mess with him because if he's really concerned about this guy, you know, I don't want to. I don't give him too much issue for the moment.
Okay.
I'm wondering if we play like 24 hours after the incident. That way, everyone's had time to think, calm down, and now we have time to actually ask some questions.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. So Thomas has not left the guy's side. The staff at the hospital. Lieutenant Commander Erica Dunn is also going to be. She's not going to be on hand, but you guys can have some discussions with her. She is also not going to push on. She's also not going to push on him. If that makes sense. Hey, I forget who is Loaf. Loan him. My God, we got a lot of people in there. All right. But yeah, if you want to, you know, confront him or just kind of pull him out of the way, or how do you want to handle this? Eric is going to back your play, no matter what, unless you want to ask her some questions about him or talk with the others about him. Well, in that day, you've got to kind of gather background.
I'll probably speak with the lieutenant commander about things in general, but yeah, what is Tomas's connection here?
Okay.
And is she aware of any even vague potential for a prime directive, you know, cluster screw?
Yeah, she's up until now she wasn't. Yeah. Up until now, nope. He said, "What?" I mean, that's the other part. Do you approach him on? Yeah. How do you come at her? Like, oh, after you're done throwing the oh, good. Yeah, you're gonna need that by the end of this. how do you want to approach it? Do you want to tell her what he said, or yeah? Go ahead and because you're asking her about things, coming on in off to the side.
Well, I'm going to ask her about this. What she knows about the singing that they seem to be doing, and has there been any other times that it has strayed from whatever the norm is? And I think all of my questions are going to be handled because I presume at some point in that 24 hours we were back at HQ.
Yeah,
where we could have that kind of conversation. So that's where I'm going to,
that's where you're going to
yes,
handle that.
It sounds like Tomas gave these people some information, or maybe gave this one person information. Now it could be completely harmless, or it could be a prime direction violation, and
all right. Well, she's going to come back with, well, what is it that you said? What is it that he said? What gave you the impression?
Okay. Me personally, my brain is a bit Swiss cheese on it, but
it's okay.
I'm
He just said literally one. Yeah, he just
that-
simply said 4 words, and that was it.
Yeah, I said, I wish I never told you
Okay.
what I have written down.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
It was cryptic. It was perfect.
right. And so, and I don't know if you, as his current CO, want to talk to him, or if we should all talk to him, or what. And to be honest, until we have some kind of information, let's play it as he's not in trouble. Let's not assume that there's a prime directive breach.
Okay. What I'm going to ask for is a presence. You're not trying to boss her around. You're trying to negotiate with her.
Yeah.
So it feels like what would it, there's presence, and then I always just say diplomacy, but there isn't that.
Command?
Yep, command might not be bad. Command's kind of your talking skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to take it in the path of an interrogation, or like you'd be persuading a detainee, I look at security as some kind of a version of interrogation, but there's a lot of approaches to that to get information out of someone. But command is more of a moving them to it.
I would think security would come in handy if we are talking about an actual
Right.
violation of the prime directive. If I'm just saying, listen, this is my plan, how do you want to approach that? Then I'm happy to make that discussion with her. So presence plus security, right? Plus command, sorry.
Presence and command, yep.
9, 12.
You can buy dice. I think you've got 4 momentum.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if there's any. I'll take my chances with just the dice roll. Here.
I like marksmanship modern. Well,
Yeah,
you have negotiation if you wanted to stretch it.
No, because I got 2 successes, so I'm
okay. Now you're a believer. Yeah, she's. Frankly, I'm disturbed about this, but everything was going so well. We were all working incredibly hard to get to know these people and understand them. And actually, Tomas had made the most inroads of all of us. We had been, treated as not curiosities, but as people were just we made people uneasy whenever we were there, even though we knew them and had purchased things and sold things and talked with them, there is still a sense of unease among everyone. But Tomas seemed to have gotten at least a rapport with the guy and the guy. I love it. Dekinen.
Okay.
He had gotten a rapport, and that was just fantastic, you know. And I don't want to think that rapport was at the expense of the mission.
Uh,
Well, we don't know anything yet.
yeah.
Well,
Could have.
sorry.
It's. I hate to even start off on that foot that he may have done something wrong. It's just curious that how long this manufactory, whatever it is that we put out the fire at, that the explosion was at. What were they doing there? Had anything changed there recently since you've gotten there? Is there anything?
Oh, I mean, the people had been they had the factory there, and they were using the local coal deposits. The idea was to possibly make, they have smelting in the hills. They have several processes that are, spread out, and they were hoping to use, like any class 2 civilization, they were hoping to bring energy to where it would be the most use to them, and that would be manufacturing to make, you've seen it. They have materials, they have objects, they have clothes, and so this was a prototype factory to, process rags. Essentially, it was processing things into cloth, and they even seemed to start getting a good shot at generating a lot of thread for weaving. They have not yet developed a loom that's mechanical, but they seem to be clever, and they're probably on the verge of it. But yeah, this was there to essentially help bring manufacturing out of the hinterlands and more centrally concentrate it. And that's a typical production, a typical societal change. But I hadn't. She picks up. She's going to actually go back to his notes, because Thomas was supposed to be recording all this, so she can pop open his notes. Unless you guys wanted to sneak peek yourselves, she'll open them up and look at them.
No.
I mean, she'll look at his filed reports, let's say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been here for about 8 months, and Tomas had started working, and she's just going down through the list of, his reports with not only Dekinen, but several other people, which were much less elaborate interactions, but he seemed to have a lot of time with Dekinen and noted some things, like there was some beginnings to use the byproducts of coal production or coal consumption for other uses, which is a typical, and she looks at it, it's a typical industrial process. You take the coal gas and you distill it, and you do these other things, and now
Right.
you've got dye or whatever it is you need. And it's very typical. And anybody if you want to know if it is typical or not, or if you want to second guess her, you can pretend Ron is here. You guys can march him around like a data bank if you want. Did you want to
No
have
reason.
Rog? Sorry.
I see no reason. That all makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember if this was in any of our notes that we received, but decadent gentleman.
Yes.
Is he like a, the village elder? Is he the equivalent of a scientist or something like that? What is
Yeah,
he?
I think the closest we could come is oh, I mean, if you look at old Earth, any communal society, you'd kind of have a first among equals or a manager type of position. So this was a person who had the idea for this place and had studied and built it. So yeah, he is a bit of an industrialist, scientist. I don't not natural philosopher, but more of a mechanical person.
Okay.
So, but he was not there through exploiting capital, but had an idea, and as near as we can figure it, he presented the idea to the community,
Right.
and the community agreed that that would be something worth checking. And other cities seem to have similar things happening around them,
Okay.
but we've never heard of an accident on this scale.
Okay. And the factory was here before you guys got here.
Yes, this wasn't something that just sprung to life. They repurposed a larger communal hall and built onto it. They didn't quite need anything else.
Okay.
They sacrificed that building to create the factory as a community. Zara, I wanted to quick check. Is Zara here or is she in the hospital?
I'm not sure. I
Okay.
probably checked in for her because she had the head wound patient. So I
Yes.
probably was going to ask about that, but then followed along while they asked these questions.
Okay. They're in they're at the Scholar Retreat, so they're back at the Starfleet base, and you could keep an open comm if you wanted to, in case you needed to chime in or ask a question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That way you could be at the hospital but still be kind of present.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't want you. I didn't want you sidelined. Sorry. But yeah,
I appreciate that.
this was a building they all agreed to create with a common sense of purpose. Everyone worked, but not overly so. They got dirty, but not exploited, which is
Right.
totally, that is not a normal progression anyway. Not much about these people is normal.
Right.
I wonder if Lemuel and maybe if the original team has an engineer,
Yes.
and also Rothagor may tag along for that. Just check out the factory. Not that I actually believe they were building a warp reactor in there or something, but
Yeah.
for any weird shit, you know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
know
Uh,
what you
Out of
say.
place.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
we can.
even if
Sorry?
it's Gilligan's Island Star Trek tech, how do they build a phaser out of coconuts? Don't know.
Don't know.
No,
it just
but you
happens.
can't leave that damn island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
Let me
hold
see.
boat.
Field tech, tech ops, logistics, exosociologist, data analyst. Geez, I don't have an industrialist, which is kind of dumb. Yeah, Thomas was the linguist. Nearest we've got is Ensign Jacilia Oke. And that's over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put you guys near this, near the ruin, just for temporary thing. She's Nigerian. She's very eager and energetic. She's, done seems to be very fond of her. And has, Let me see. Where's Halvier? I wrote all these relationships down. Yeah, the agronomist is out doing his own thing, so I'm not going to worry about that. But she's yeah, she's basically going to be happy to go along with you to the factory, and we can bring on Ragathor and Lemuel. Is that what you were planning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to investigate this.
Okay. And also, yeah, you can use Ragathor as a walking data bank as necessary. What else would you want to do on this, Steve?
I think me and the lieutenant commander should go find Tomas, unless he's there with us at the
He's not.
base.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's probably at the hospital. So we'll,
You gonna head over there?
We'll check on Azara. We'll check on the people who got messed up, and we'll see if we can't peel Tomas away for a moment.
Okay. There we go. Good. And I'll have a quick switch over to Azara. So you're in the hospital, doing hospital things. You said you were going to check on the head wound, and I think you sent. Who was it? Was sent off with the medical club. I think it was Ensign Jazia. Okay. I think she was actually sent off with the protoplaster to kind of keep his head sutured together.
Yes.
So when you got there, if you came as quickly as you could, you brought Tomas with you. As far as I know, nobody destabilized on transport. And I think that you relieved Jalisa. Oh, you relieved her and took the equipment back. So you've got your equipment back. And she did a fairly decent job of keeping the one patient's head together. He is still surrounded by by the people that were attempting to soothe him or heal him. Let me see. Can I get you to roll a perception and insight? Sorry, insight and science.
Okay. One success.
Okay. Well, you're still noticing that everybody tends to have clusters. So you have clusters of people who are either ambulatory or fully okay, like hospital staff, I guess, or visitors, which is hard to tell the difference. You have them around injured people. They're kind of still surrounding them, like in their pod kind of things. Remember when they travel in groups? So you seeing that, and yeah, are you gonna you notice that, and you're gonna go check specifically on the head wound patient, correct?
Yes, but
Okay.
also I know Thomas is being been with Decadent for a while, so I might sidebar and check on him occasionally.
Okay. Well, this will be your initial bring in a sweep into the hospital. We'll do an initial sweep into the hospital kind of bit.
Yeah.
Just to get you. Well, he's only been there for a little bit, and yeah. So you'll when you go in, I'd like you to do basically medical and reason on the guy to see whereabouts he's doing. Are you using the magic walnut or anything, or are you just kind of eyeballing him? Are you going full Pulaski?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of just using my field medic skills of I'm
Okay.
not doing full on emergency. Well, I guess it would be emergency medicine still, but
Yeah, well, I was more concerned about equipment use. That was my my
I'm
question.
trying to avoid using anything that will cause suspicion.
Okay. So go ahead. You'll get a superficial diagnosis out of this. And for deeper things like structures and stuff, you will need a a tech scan, or you'll need a piece of tech to help you out. But yeah, if you
Got
want to
one
put to
success.
get one success, oh man. Well,
Yeah.
all right. All I'm gonna say is this is better. Chanting to myself, at least it's not a 20. This is how I'm chanting for tonight.
I even
Yeah.
got
So,
the dice tray.
oh, you got the dice tray. What is it? Oh, was this the one that's a little squarey or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they may like being confined like that. So, his head wound. It's like at least kind of the bones have been refused. They're not great, but at least the hole in his head is kind of a little bit more patched up, and his brains aren't leaking out all over. He's still going to need. He'll need advanced. He'll need more contemporary care as in order to actually pull through. Because he does still have. I mean, he's at least stable in a coma, but that's only temporary, and so you'll have to make a decision about what to do about that. There's not anything that would be, people who just discovered the concept of germs don't have the tech to kind of pull this off that you're aware of.
I'm going to subtly monitor him by doing scans of his brain. I don't
Okay.
know how to do that subtly, but I'm going to slowly start getting all the scans I need to be able to handle surgery if I have to.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like the idea of it surgery prep without the intake. You're doing an intake on him. Let me grab your. I'm asking all this without your character sheet, which I shouldn't even look at, to be honest, because then I'll just pick things that don't work. Let me see. So for subtlety, I'm going to ask. Oh crap! You're going to make 2 rolls.
Okay.
Okay. One's going to be whether or not you're subtle, and the other's going to be whether you got the data.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that if you want to, you can sacrifice one for the other. Both are a difficulty 2 roll. Okay. But you can shift around the difficulties. Like you could reduce the difficulty of the stealth roll, but increase the difficulty of the gather information.
Ooh.
Or you could go the other way, which is like, given that you have a security of 1, I am not thinking you want to go the other way. So you could,
No.
like you said, you can shift around the difficulties though.
I might leave them both at difficulty 2.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to get caught, but I really want that data.
Well, no, what I mean is you could take and actually make the security roll easier for yourself. Like you could err more toward the side of disguising what you're doing with just making it a little harder to get the scan. And you have I'm going to say you have extremely useful skills in scanning shit. So I'm going to stay with your 2 and 2. But if you wanted to change, I was just presenting it to make sure that you were aware of the option. Hey Rufus,
Okay.
thanks for subscribing. But
Yeah,
okay, yeah, it's a 2 and 2. Sorry.
Does advanced medical technology help me here?
Not.
I don't think it's
No. But field. I mean, I would go with field medic because you're not anywhere near a sick bay,
Okay.
and you have the equivalent of like a Starfleet field
First
kit.
aid
I
kit.
mean, your medical pouch is a first aid kit. It's not a sick bay, so I would almost routinely give you field medic.
Okay. Good luck.
So let's make your gather information roll first. And that
Okay.
would be science and let's go with science and reason. Well, you're just all around pretty good though.
2 successes.
All right. You do gather the data, and now we're going to go with security and control.
Uh-oh. 2 successes.
God damn it. All right. Well, congratulations. Actually, why am I cheering that you didn't, all right. Why am I cheering you didn't fail? Um, yeah, so you do achieve the scan. As far as you're concerned, nobody notices you. And also the most important thing is you didn't push in to the group surrounding him. You were actually able to do it from more of an outside perspective. That kind of a thing. You didn't have to be like right in there. So yeah, you've got a pretty good scan of what's going on in his little noggin, as well as I think you can probably scan some more Daisians, or use the team's the initial team's medical records to get their anatomy and physiology needed for this, so you could at least practice or figure out what you need to do. But yeah, so you do have a pretty good scan of that, and could do surgery without any huger penalties than what would already be imposed on you by just being in the field. So you got some data. I don't know if you wanted any specifics about the data, like how long he's got or anything like that.
I'm trying to see what intervention he might need, or if I can leave him to naturally heal.
He will not naturally heal from this.
Okay.
He is going to be about your best guess, based on your scans and what you know now about their physiology. He's probably got about 4 days, but it's progressively worse the longer it goes on, obviously. And he will just need, he's going to need things like, he's going to need his skull repaired. He's going to need the meninges, the coverings repaired, probably some neural regeneration, because he did take a pretty big whack, with that pole through his head. But you'll have several things you'll need to do to him. You may need an assistant during this. It would definitely go a long way to help with it, and it is not something you're going to be able to disguise, or at least it's not something you're just going to be able to do unnoticed. You'll be moving around, you'll be doing things, and that'll be, it'll be obvious.
I'm trying to think how to do this without upsetting them again, because I kind of annoyed them the last time I tried to help him.
Yep. Well, you do have time to think about it, which is the most important thing. Is he's not going to die right away, so you can afford to plan your next move, or even do additional research to possibly improve your chances of a successful surgery. Like you roughly know what needs to be done. Now you have to kind of put together a surgical plan.
Yeah, I'm going to start seeing what I have available and come up with a game plan.
Okay. And then can you make another insight and science roll, please?
Are you kidding me? No successes.
Okay, well, you don't notice anything. So anyway, you've also, by the way, kind of checked in on, Thomas while you were essentially making the rounds, observing things. I know you were just mostly focused on the head trauma patient, but there were several other patients, and you just kind of got a look at all of them. Everyone else seems to, they're going to survive. They just won't have all their parts intact. So he's the only one that is actually guaranteed not to recover from this. This sort of left you dead or probably able to heal, was the way the accident seemed to work. It just, if they made it to the sanctuary, they're probably going to make it. But what I'll do now is I'm going to have Nahlas come on in. Hey, Nahlas, why don't you barge on in here?
Alrighty.
there's going to be a man. I hate to say it. I've got to probably got the person somewhere. Zara, do you, if you want to, if you want to, kind of be there or be gathered in while they come in, that would really be good because Decadent is. Oh, I'm sorry. When I said the only other person, there's two people that might not make it because Decadent is still a mess. And Thomas is just there. Decadent doesn't really have anyone around him at this point. There are some what you'd think of as candy stripers, but you'd have some either volunteers or people from the community with him, but it's not the as intense. It's not the super intense kind of viewing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to come up with, I've got a couple of little old men that I need to grab up here in a minute. But, yeah, so you roll up on that. Nallis, what are you doing?
Okay. I would think, well, I want to find out how Destiny's head patient is.
Okay.
And if she's pieced together anything else that's going on in the hospital. Just
Okay. I'm going to go
Yeah.
with you can talk together if you want.
yeah.
How's it going out in the field?
I've got Rothagar and Higby doing a little engineering recon, see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like most of the people here are gonna make it. I have two I'm concerned about. One of them I think was Thomas's friend, Decadent, I think his name was.
Okay.
I've been focused on this guy. He was the one I treated in the field. It doesn't look good. I'm gonna need to find a way to do surgery without scaring everyone in the area of cutting someone's head open.
Okay.
If you know any way I can do that subtly, I will take any advice, but I have not figured out how to do brain surgery subtly yet.
No, notice the use of the word yet. This is the truest Starfleet way of doing things. I haven't done it yet.
I've got some crazy idea, but I got to stew on it first. Do we know anything else about this Declan fellow? What his injuries are?
I noticed Thomas hasn't left his side. I don't know what's going on with that situation, but he's not doing so well either. I wonder, have I gotten a read on Thomas yet?
Telepathically or
Yeah.
Emotionally? He's a
Both.
fucking wreck. So I don't know if you want to go poking around into his mind. And in the true Betazoid way, you don't need to be an empath to see that he is emotionally a mess right now.
Yeah.
But he's, yeah, if you want to make if you want like the flavor of it, are you looking for the flavor of what's going on? Or you want to drill into his head?
I want to know kind of, I knew he was close, but it feels like there's something else. If there's something else, I want to know it.
Okay. Let me see. I think we wound up using probably, I think it was your insight and probably medicine because it's essentially psychology. So yeah, give me a roll of insight and medicine to get some more depth.
Are you one success?
Okay, well, I'll give you one success's worth of answer. There's a strong feeling of guilt washing off of him. I mean, there's also mixed in there is, I don't know if it's well, well, shit. Yeah, we're just gonna go cliched. Okay, guys, show of hands. Do I go cliched with this relationship, or do I throw a curveball about it?
Either works for me.
I think they're in
Yes,
love.
Think they're in love? Okay, Steve, you got the
I think they're
deciding
in
vote.
love.
Yeah,
But
sure. I'll go. I'll go with whatever curveball you want to throw.
Okay. Well, that all right because yeah, Jim just picked the typical. I'll work on the curveball. Uh, yeah, mostly you're just at this point you're just getting guilt out of it, and possibly panic.
I'm gonna relay that to Talus. I'm sensing something's off more than just the standard person caring for an injured person from him. I can't quite pick out the emotion, but it seems he's more than just nervous about his friend.
All right. Um. All right. I I clue in the lieutenant commander. I think we need to get Thomas somewhere where we can talk to him in private. Um, you probably have more sway with him as his CO than I would.
Okay. As Erica is getting ready to move in, a person comes in. You don't know them from Adam, but Erica recognizes her as Initiate Pyral, who is apparently provisionally in charge of what's going on around here.
Okay.
Zara, you may or may not have had any interactions with her. It is up to you if you did or if you just managed to avoid her.
I feel like I might have run into her just being at the hospital for a minute.
Okay, yeah, you've been here for a while. What I'm gonna do is, okay, Steve and Jim, I need an emotion and a behavior. You guys decide what an emotion is and what a behavior is between you.
Okay. Emotion or behavior?
How about for an emotion? We have frantic. Is that an emotion? That's an emotion.
My therapist says so. If not that, it's yeah, it would be energetic or disheveled, disorient. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Okay.
So you've got an action or behavior.
An action or a behavior. I would think that in order to try and hide, maybe not successfully, her disheveled energeticness, that she would be probably, if these people had clipboards, she would be getting everybody's information to be organized.
Okay, so she'd be so her behavior is control and data collecting, I guess
Yeah.
would be a thing, right? Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Also, in the future, just roll one out. It does not have to fit. That is my problem. So
Okay.
this is your chance to F with me. So don't be afraid to go, I don't know if this will make sense, but vapid, that kind of thing. You just throw those out. So this is more, you assume no responsibility because you were simply asked for just one. So initiate Pyral is Azara, when you came up to her, she was already this was just not something it was very clear this was not something she had ever dealt with. But this is also the place she lives and works and is in charge of. So she was already having trouble with that. Her, and she was super efficient, but she looked like she was just micromanaging absolutely everything. Not doing a bad job, but she was clearly working herself hard. She had several people with her in her kind of group, and they were also checking things. They were looking at bandages. They were looking at various medicines that they do have access to, some of these newfangled disinfectants, things like that. So they were all very carefully just taking inventory and trying to figure out where to allocate things as people came in. And it's also very clear they didn't have a lot because they never expected this. But that was your impression. That was what you saw her doing. You don't have to actually engage with her in any way, but that was your impression. So I didn't know if you wanted to engage with her or not.
I think maybe I don't want to provide. I think I'm going to try to be friendly of her because I might need her as a distraction later to get people out of my way so I can do subtle brain surgery.
Okay, knowing what you know about these people, how do you approach this problem? If you need help on how do these people get approached, because you did learn a lesson last episode.
Yeah.
But if you don't remember, just sing out, and say, hey, I forgot how the hell I'm supposed to act. And then it's up to Steve and Jim to give you bad. Yeah, it's up to Steve and Jim. You can call on either one of them to give you good or bad advice. So what are you gonna? Right now she has her back to you. There are several other people around her. They're checking cabinets. They're looking at bed sheets now. Now they're down to washcloths. They're going through everything. So what would you like to do?
Maybe try to join their group and help just look for things.
Okay. What I'll need? Oh God. It should be insight, but it is going to be insight. How do I make your insight? All right, this is a GMing question.
Mm.
How do we make the more insight you have, the worse it is? Because that's the situation I'm going to lay on you.
What I'm insightful about is the wrong thing, like hyper focus on the wrong detail.
Or your instincts, your instinct just does not match up, because insight is about reading the room and understanding how things are going and making observations, and these people are just off enough from your experience at this point that the things you would just subconsciously accept or understand are just not going there. They're going to work against you. I think I have an idea for it. So what I'm going to have you do is your insight and oh God, I'm gonna go insight and science or insight and medicine. It's up to you. You
Let's go science.
all right? You have to beat that number.
Oh, okay.
Now's
Well,
the
these
time
things
for the.
like rolling big numbers, so
Yeah, I know that's true. Actually, I might be giving you a gift. Except now that they both succeed
one success.
on the anti scale.
Yeah, on the anti-scale.
All right, fantastic. You do manage to at least pick up on a rhythm, but of these people because again, they're all moving in sort of a very coordinated way amongst themselves. You did pick up on some of the pattern, so you didn't like just bump into people, if that makes sense. You know, if you'd have went in and failed, you would have just started getting in everybody's way. You managed to at least stay out of the way, not be where someone is about to be, which is good. And as you're doing this, everyone stiffens up, and you get a wave of anxiety, and unsettled. They're unsettled. A couple of them are very unsettled, and while they're working, they give you side eyes. I mean, you're to work with them, you're going to have to be within a few feet of them, and it's a challenge, and yeah. So you do sense these things happening around you, and I don't know what you want to do to continue.
I'm gonna slowly back away because I'm picking up that uncomfortableness, but I'm trying to join one of the groups so I don't stick out as much. But I might try to go with Talus and be near him that way. I'm still with a group, but I'm not their group.
Yep. Okay. Um, yeah, you do go, and as you retreat, you do sense that level of, I mean, because they were already frantic, they were already just trying to do anything they could, and you've just taken that weight back off their shoulders because they were suddenly just freezing up around you. Yeah, you go back to the group, and yeah, what you described is basically like every high school party. You know, I'm gonna go find a group to be with, or look at this plant. Yeah, so you
Or
don't
be this plant.
or be this plant. I'm gonna be in this plant. You don't make contact with Pyrol at this point, but that's kind of what your thing was, and you can either go from that. You know, we can pretend this all happened, you know, before you went to check on the head injury, after it, and then on your way. So you're on your way to Talus. Pyrell is going to either follow you. It's your choice. Does she follow you? Did you do it right before you came, or are you gonna let Pyrell cool off a little?
She might do it right after.
Okay. So Azara, you just come straight from Pyrell's group checking supplies. It looked like they were just about done anyway. You get in about 30 or 40 seconds before Pyrell shows up. So whatever you've got to say, go ahead.
Well, I think I told him everything I needed to, except I'm not getting their system. I am so sorry. I don't know what I did. They are tense again. I am pretty sure, like, I don't know.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Before the primary gets here, I'm going to muse with Azara and Erica that is it possible that these folks are psionic or empathic, telepathic, something, and that's just what about, you know, that Azara's betazoidness, if you will, you know, her telepathic abilities might be triggering them somehow.
Well, Erica's gonna say, "Oh no, they're creeped out by everybody." I mean,
Oh, okay.
admittedly, there's a
Okay, fair
yeah.
enough.
And admittedly, there is a reason that primary contact and embed teams are not telepathic in nature, because that very problem did happen several times, much to the regrets of all involved.
Right.
And but no, they this has been very difficult. But we again, Thomas made a lot great deeper connection than the rest of us, and he actually and what I'm going to do now is, because we've let Jim cool way too much,
Yeah.
so we're going to flop over here to CSI Boise. And well, we know who's playing Lemuel. Who wants to play Ragathor? And who wants to play Jessela Ole?
I can
Okay.
be Rothagor.
Okay. I'm going to give you this one. Good luck. Yeah, I know. This is exactly. Now it's like, oh God, going to be great. Here's the deal. Where would be the best place to send you, like, a little bit of biology, or not biology, background on Oakley? We have a chat in the we have a chat window here in Ninja, and I don't know if you can see that.
I don't want. Can you send it to me on Discord?
Absolutely. Yep. Nope. Because no, wait. Yeah, because you're looking at this on your phone. you
Yeah.
have no chance.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, for dual wielding your tech, because that's pretty cool. I'm gonna throw this up. Draganosa, where are you? There you are. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna do this. By the way, you somehow managed to pick another person who is frickin'. Okay, let me see if I can get her picture. Nope, it's not gonna let me do that. All right. Okay, and then there's her bio, roughly. And she also knows a couple of Daisian contacts, but we don't necessarily need them unless it's important. Oh, here's a contact of hers that may be of interest. There. I'll have to go and dig him up in a minute, dig his bones up. Did you get all the data on?
Yes.
Okay. It's up to you whether you want to use an accent.
I'm going to not, because I will offend so many people by doing it poorly.
Yes, this will not end well for any of us.
No.
Do you have any questions about her, or if you do have things about would she know, just sing out.
Okay.
She is a competent Starfleet officer, an ensign, which means she can disassemble a warp core and spill shit on the captain with equal skill. Because ensigns do things. And yeah, she's going along on the way to this location. So Lemuel, you're in charge.
Ooh.
So if you've got any brief standing orders or questions you want to ask before you arrive, totally fine.
So the three of us are going to explore this factory.
Yes.
Is it empty? Are there still people kind of milling around, poking through stuff, or are we on our own?
You are on your own. And it's not weird, but it is a little weird. For you, it's on satellite because people would be poking around and stuff, but everybody seems to be completely incurious about this area, and someone's even avoiding it.
All right. Just what I was hoping for. We can let our guard down a little bit.
Oh, this is what you wanted? Damn it. All right.
I wanted to do a little surreptitious Star Trek shit without being too risky.
All right.
We're doing the Dr. Crusher tricorder, playing pocket pool with our tricorder. And it's that's probably gross. I shouldn't say that. That's gross.
I'm loving it. Okay. Steve, I'm sending you Ragathor's stat sheet on Discord just in case you ever needed it.
Okay. So you're telling me I gotta log into Discord? Give me a
Oh
moment.
well, if you want to, I can put it up in this chat.
No. Give me 2 moments.
Oh, that's okay. Well, it won't be a problem as long as you got it. Okay, yeah. Nobody's around. If anything, it does seem to be actively being shunned. The fires are out. It's still hotspots, and you do have the engineering tricorder. I think Ragathor has a tricorder of sorts, and so does Jessa, as well as crickets.
Oh,
Yeah. So let's do some forensic investigating. Put this place back together and figure out what happened. We're gonna need
UPS.
ballistic gel, laser pointers, Q-tips, and toothpaste.
Ragathor is very happy about that.
CSI Star Trek.
CSI Star Trek. Every Star Trek is CSI Star Trek. If I recall, this was the office, and then this is the main area. What I'm going to do is put in just some. This is so dumb, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to number locations, or at least areas on the map, and you can say, I'm going to be number 1, or whatever you want to say. All right.
All right.
Bright yellow. Okay. Look, my PowerPoint skills are no match for this task. I really regret why I don't have Foundry. Think of how much worse it would be if I ran Foundry. I'd have to actually have numbers and shit. But you guys could fire phasers then. With the sound. 4. Okay. I've just got, and then 6. We'll just pretend there's 6 of them. Okay, and I'm just going to put some stuff in the guts of the building. Okay. There's going to be some hazards, so they may involve some security rolls or engineering rolls to avoid getting squished. The building is pretty much open, so you don't have to walk through any particular... There's a lot more entrances now than there used to be. And the office is also there. That's the part that was partially collapsed that he lived in. Duncan, Darkin, or whatever I named him, was in. And so how do you want to approach this? You're going to forensic things. All right, Ragathor's, obviously you got the Q-tips. Jessa has the laser pointers. And how do you want to proceed?
Lieutenant, are we just sharing one rubber glove again?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
Damn it.
Exactly how it's going to go. Yeah, so I think first we want to make sure that this place is structurally sound enough to walk around in.
Okay.
It probably isn't, but put our lives on the line for this.
Well, you can... sorry, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with it. Yep.
Okay. What I'm going to say is you can make it sound as well if you find anything. So what I'm going to do is I need an engineering and... Oh, God, it's always going to come down to insight with me. Okay, yep, engineering and insight. The number of successes is going to tell me the number of things that are not wrong.
Ooh, that is natural 1 and then 3 successes.
All right. There are 2 locations in here. You're doing just a scan from the outside, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. Copy.
Check.
Check. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're gonna have A the 8th. And we're gonna have a light pink, because why not? So you guys can see A and B and stuff like that, right? Is that working for you?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I
there are
forgot
two
my
locations, A and B, that are indicated they're shaky. There's some beams that are, oh, I don't know, unbalanced would be the good word. They're weakened. Like A has a stone face that probably hasn't collapsed yet, and will with some good work, with a little decent effort. But it may bring. Oh, I'm so sorry. It may bring a little bit of the roof down. Just a tiny bit of the roof coming on down. And then B looks like it's got a similar situation where it's got an unstable wall.
All right, so stay away from those two spots. Right there, right there. As best you can.
Like I put one of them right next to a clue, just to be a jerk. Yeah. So how do you guys want to do things? And also, Jasila, you're an independent person. You don't have to hang back as an NPC or anything. Believe it or not.
Why don't I get some poles or something and try to upright that wall so it's more stable?
Good to me.
Okay. You're gonna have about a 13 and doing your main job, and you're a folk tech, a field tech. I'm sorry. So you'll have at least an understanding of engineering. So this will be a 13 challenge. Your other stuff is 11. Yeah. So go ahead and so you're just gonna wander off into the ruins and looking for poles and things.
Mhm.
Okay. Ron, what are you planning on, Steve? I mean, you can talk about the time his dad told him when he was president, if you want.
No, because I don't think that would be of any use.
No, I'm not saying it was of use. I'm just saying that was what would happen.
Although it does remind me of something one of my cousins mentioned about unstable buildings.
Okay.
So,
Anything special about him? Don't go in them.
Go right in.
yeah. Well, the trying to walking off to go and build the support wall, rebuild the support walls is, well, dangerous work.
So where are you going to be? You're going to be backing up the ensign, or are you going to be staying far away?
Well, if she's going to B, I'm going to A. Let's put it like that.
Okay, so you're going to take. I just want to get this right. Ragathor, a notoriously amazing engineer. And I use that sarcastically. He's gonna start. I just wanted to know. What, because like the last time this happened, Lemuel lost his hands. I think the last time Rob pitched in, which I think is great. I think that Rob would not even hesitate. He'll march off. Yeah, I agree. I think that's.
And the last time, I think Ragathor needed a chiropractor, a Klingon chiropractor.
Mm-hmm. So,
opening that door on the Resolute or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, it was. All right. So yeah, you want to go stomping off into the. Okay, Lemuel, your two of your people are going off for what's sure to be a massive workman's comp lawsuit.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So, like I said, I'm staying away from those two structurally unsound places. And I'm gonna go ahead and
Fuck. All right, yeah.
scan. Like, I'm assuming, is this so it's filled with wreckage? I'm gonna try to scan and see. I have a focus in reverse engineering. I don't
Okay.
know if we can use that to reverse explode this engineering masterpiece.
In my brain, I like that. I like
Alright.
the idea of you're trying to figure out how something works from. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
exactly,
contort the
yeah.
rules. I'm gonna contort the rules that way because any Star Trek character would do that. Yeah, so you can use that, and what you're gonna look at is obviously engineering,
Yes.
probably reason, unless you can make another.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Right, and that is one success.
Okay, there's lots of shit broken in here.
Right?
There's things broken. There are. It looks like flywheels or giant, heavy wooden flywheels that are not quite in ship shape anymore. It looks like there was uh, a coal fired boiler. Oh, sorry, that is not a boiler anymore. Um, and you've got that. That was around Area 5, where okay, I was wandering off with a tent pole and good intentions. But oh god, I just love the idea. So I'm just gonna put, as we discover them. That's the boiler, former boiler. Yeah. So that looked like that didn't. Shoot. Okay. Yeah. What else would you like to kind of look for? Because you're seeing like flywheels, things that look like mechanical. Way. I don't know what it would be in terms of your love or disgust of technology in all its forms. But this is stuff that's like just leather belts and flywheels, like the steam
That's
age. Oh, it's really cool.
Steampunk factory.
Yes, but that you've been able to identify the boiler at least, which is where you presume some of the explosion came from. But the blast, and that's the problem. I need another roll to get you the forensic shit.
All right. So yeah, I want to
Yeah.
look for now the clues of where it happened, how big it was, what was going on, what happened second, what happened third.
Okay. So what we're looking at is probably, man, you're going to need a science roll and an engineering roll.
Ooh, that's
Well,
awesome.
one of
That'll be
each. Yeah, so
awesome.
you need one of each. And what I need to do is I need insight and engineering and reason and science.
Insight and engineering is 2 successes.
Okay.
And the other one you said was reason and science.
Reason and science. Yep.
That's a good. We like that. Sure. That technically includes half of the numbers I can roll. That is a 1 success.
Okay. Okay, so that puts together a total of 3. Yeah, you're going to be digesting this information for a little bit because I want to have some hilarious wackiness go on with the remaining 2 characters.
Absolutely.
Jesse Leah, you are okay. You're going up. Lemuel has just finished scanning. I assume you're just walking around. You do find a beam, kind of a shattered, a wooden beam. It's about like 8 feet long. and you can just sort of like lean it up against a wall, or what's your plan in in terms of how aggressive or cautious are you in attempting this repair? You young,
More
energetic ensign.
cautious, more cautious than aggressive, but definitely mindset blinders might be on. I'm gonna get this done.
Okay. Let me see. She's gonna need to roll. She's gonna need to roll her 11 because this is just her ability to manhandle, to wield the giant thing all by herself. And I note all by herself, she is going to be grabbing a giant beam
Okay.
all by herself. Okay, so much for chivalry.
One success.
Okay, you're dragging it to where you need it to be. But you're quickly realizing there is no way you're going to lever this thing up and push it against a wall.
I am going to. I might call out for. Hey, can one of you guys give me a hand with this?
On my way.
Okay, what was Ragathor interrupted from doing?
Well, I was slowly making my way to Area A. I figured I'd be scanning 2, 6, and or 4 on my way
Okay,
to see what's going on with that.
let's look at number 4,
Okay.
and he's a science guy, so I'm going to look at science and reason for him.
Alrighty. Three
Sadly,
successes.
oh my God! Sadly, sedimentation and soils does not come into this. However, there was definitely a big boomer here.
Okay.
Something really significant happened in this location. The wall, what's left of the wall, is obviously charred and smoking. It looks like there were some kind of pipes that were only about, yay big, around a 4 or 5 inch diameter. They were Schedule 6. But there seemed to be a lot of those, or it seemed to be only a couple of those, and you notice there aren't any similar pipes in the rest of. We're looking around. There's like kind of one pipe, and this looked like it was headed off toward the office. The office area,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely like it unzipped and blew up in a really violent way. Now, if you have one more question, go ahead.
Okay. Any energies, radiation, or anything like that that shouldn't be that wouldn't be consistent with these people?
With this era, kind of this level of development, you're getting. I mean, you're only getting like what would be regular radioisotopes. Like everything has some isotopes in it, especially coal.
Right.
And all you're getting is what would be bog standard mineral content.
So I'm not picking up anything nuclear or.
This wasn't like a conduit for warp plasma or anything. I mean, you are picking up complex hydrocarbons, which is impressive. That doesn't occur in nature, but it's not something radioactive. But you do pick up traces of complex hydrocarbons.
Okay, keep that in mind. Coming from the office. Okay.
Well, it's a pipe. It's a pipe that goes, either comes from or goes to, which you can't really. It's a pipe that connects to the office and out here is what I probably should say. That makes sense. I don't want you to confuse. Yeah, you don't know if it's coming or going.
Right. So the office may not be an office as we're thinking of it.
Well, it may not be the source, or it may be the destination of the pipe. That was what I was trying to double check
Right.
with you. Yeah,
Right. No, that's-
you don't know if something was going to the office or coming from it. That's all you need to. That's all I was
Okay.
doing. So you got that information, and then you hear Jaleesa call for help.
Okay, so I'm gonna head over there.
Okay. What I need is I need a fitness and engineering roll. Oh
All
God!
right.
The last time we did this, where are your hands, Lemuel? Where are the hands?
See.
In my pockets. In my pockets.
Okay, that's not going to be good. I got one success and I got a 20.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
ain't
Rothagor's going
good.
to need that Klingon chiropractor again.
no. I like the idea that at this point, like Lemuel gets splinters or some shit. This is why I would, because it can affect someone else. Yeah, I can do that. All right, I'm going to do the Klingon choose your pain. You can have whatever it is befall Ragathor or either one of your companions.
Um,
Both of them you'll never see again if you play this right.
Hmm?
Both of whom you'll never see again if you play this right.
Well, I'm not taking any harpoons through the eyeball.
Mhm.
I don't think Cam would forgive me for that.
Could look good in a patch.
It could. We could go with something like an ankle injury. You know, I'm trying to navigate crap and
Okay.
twist my ankle.
Okay, so you're gonna choose the consequence to yourself and not send it to
Yes.
a companion. Okay. While you really want to have a twisted ankle, I'm gonna like yeah, what the hell? Evens or odds? And Destiny, would you do the dice match for Steve, please?
Odds.
Odds.
Okay. We take that as the ankle, and I don't have to come up with anything else. Yeah, you do go ow. And now you've got an ankle injury. You are now a damsel. Congratulations.
Crap.
The only thing missing is a monster like creeping up on you, but I can arrange
Chasing
that
you, yeah.
very slowly as you trip over
Yeah,
an
we
invisible.
haven't scanned for life.
Yeah, and I
Don't
will
trip
say,
over that.
yeah,
beam.
yeah. I'm going to say at
Mhm.
least there was a rock there to trip over, so you didn't have to pretend to trip on something. Yeah, so you're about midway into the factory. Obviously, you do stumble away. Cecilia, I don't know if you're going to be able to continue your thing, or if you're going to. Oh God, we're all tired. Or if you're going to go help him, or if you're just going to ignore him and keep shoving this beam up against the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help him. At least get him out of the building, cause yeah.
Okay. Believe it or not, you've got folk remedies as a focus. I don't know if you can do some weird thing, because I have roll, and then their roll is also their specialty. So you got that.
And I might be able to give him some seeds for the pain.
There you go. And as I recall, she also had a bag that contained these kind of things. All right. So yeah, you got a really nasty sprain there. So Jasila, let's throw against your 11. But you do have a focus in folk remedies on a 4. Here, put some cocaine on it.
I wasn't supposed to snort it.
I'm so sorry. One critical
I'm s-
fail, and the rest are no successes.
Okay.
dear.
Oh God. Yeah, this is
The
how
foot
the
comes
night.
off in your hand.
This is how the night goes. Remember what Cameron showed us his daughter's surgery.
Oh no!
Okay, wait a minute. So you tried to use a rock to fix this. Now it's broken. Thank you. Ow.
Well, I think she went under the if you break it, it comes back stronger.
Back stronger.
Yeah,
Fast.
of course,
Wow.
this is only a theory. I loved that statement. Anything you break will come back stronger, and he keeps whacking the rocks. Of course, this is only a theory. What happens is, since somebody was super excited about allergies, you get what you want, Steve, but not the way you want it. Ragathor is going to be allergic to whatever the seed was that you applied to his ankle. So he's going to have sausage toes for a while.
Okay.
I don't know if this helps or hurts the sprained ankle, but now it's kind of ballooning up like Abrams versus Kirk's hands.
Oh, okay. There you
Good
go.
God, man!
Oh, that's not supposed to do that. I think that seed. Oh, it may cause some swelling to create a natural cast of sorts.
Take the
Sorry.
shoe off. Take the shoe off.
Oh God, yeah.
Laser it off. I don't care. This hurts.
Oh
You-
God,
You're never getting that shoe back on.
is anybody?
This is not
Helping
like
him
the
with this,
Incredible
or-
Hulk where it explodes.
I'll cut
gonna-
the shoe off.
All I know is that there's several macro fetish sites that are now just going, oh, type. You can hear them wailing away on the keyboards for the growth people. Yes. Yeah, remember how everything's a thinly disguised DM's fantasy. So yeah, you do pull the shoe off. You now have a swollen foot. You're gonna be less
Wow,
than.
the fragrance coming out of that sucker. Oh my God.
I will say it's a bit red and pussy now. Yeah. Oh,
well,
God.
I was gonna, I can understand the swelling. Should the pus be that shade of purple?
Oh,
If you're Dason, yes.
I give up.
I suppose I've never studied this for other species.
yeah. You hadn't. Yeah.
Grandpa was right. They should have stayed on the homeworld.
Yeah.
A field technician, not a doctor.
Yeah.
I'll stop you.
All right.
So, Lemuel, you're hearing all this go on. I do not know what you're planning on in terms of. I don't know where you fall on the empathy spectrum. Let's just go with that in terms of
We
shenanigans.
need to go find out.
And if
Fine.
you decide to phaser us both, I will understand. Wide angle stun.
Yeah. To the beam to space.
Yeah. Widest dispersion.
Yeah.
I
I will go in and see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, you do come across this. I don't think you made it anywhere, right? Or did you bring him all the way outside before hitting him with the seeds, as I recall?
I got close.
Okay, you're near area 2, let's say. And now you've got a puppy pawed Ragathor.
I'll give you
Notice
this,
the
though. It doesn't
toenails
hurt
don't.
anymore.
Oh yeah, now there's no feeling in it now. Now it's numb. I think all the nerves have been pressed so that it's a natural neural block. So you could probably take time just jamming metal into it and saying, "Look, it doesn't hurt." If you get that sound like stabbing a melon. Yeah.
You
Oh,
feel
yeah.
this?
Hmm?
Do you feel this?
Yeah. Oh God.
I'm sorry. I was scanning this over here. What were you saying?
So Lemuel, you come across them sort of sitting there. There's some seeds out, and a big swollen foot.
Oh God. I have nothing to help with this.
So
Maybe
do
we
you
should
wanna
get him
just,
back
Yep.
to HQ and switch out with someone else.
Not as much of a klutz, you were going to say?
If the shoe fits, or in this case doesn't.
It won't fit.
Damn. You get a point of momentum for that. just bringing that in there. Did you two want to go back and just leave Lemuel? Did you want to just stay and do some more investigating?
Yeah,
In
I want
peace
to
and quiet?
investigate the thing.
Okay, I'm
Without
gonna
disaster
I can
going off.
listen. I can scan the immediate area that I'm in. You know.
All right, we'll
sure.
prop him up against number 2, and then he can get a good scan on it.
Ew.
Okay. All right, Rob. Did you want to clue anybody in about the pipe or not?
Yeah, I will. I was scanning over by the office. Uh, a bunch of hydrocarbons, which is not unusual necessarily, but this pipe seems to go to and from the office. I don't know what direction it was operating in, so the office may or may not be what we think it is.
That seems like my next spot of investigation.
And
You're all right.
And you see that rock over there? Don't fucking trip over it.
Don't
Hold on, I've
trip
gotta
over
put-
that rock.
Where is my boulder tape? I'm just gonna put a Horta there.
That's not a rock. Wait, did we beam down with that guy? Do we know him?
Do you know that guy?
Yeah, that would be funnier than anything. Let's make it that's Danger Rock. Okay, yeah, so that'll be Danger Rock, let's say. Lemuel, you go into the office. You're gonna have to definitely make an engineering and insight roll, just to kind of peek around, make sure that nothing's gonna kill you. It is in a bad way, by the way. It is in a seriously bad way.
God. That's no successes.
Okay, looks good. Looks good to go in. In you
Oh.
go. I hope you've got some herbs to deal with a head wound.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got the fallen beams, things like that. Oh man, because there's stuff in the room that I want to put there, but I'm not sure whether they would or wouldn't have been taken out. This is it's a smaller room. It looked really, you get the impression it's a lab, and there was very little left of it. So all you're seeing are things like metal tubing. There's some shattered or melted glass. There are cabinets with I don't know if it well things are really blown to pieces. So to get any exact things out of it, it's going to require some investigation or some scans, because what the explosion didn't break, the fire burned. This whole thing had a sort of a kind of that backdraft flashover feel to it. So it's internally very charred, very fragile. It looks like, well, anyway, let me know. This is just you're walking in the front of the room, just taking it in immediately. So you haven't gone too far in.
Yeah, so I want to look and see if there's anything like a safe or something that might have kept something safe from the explosion and the fire.
Let me see. Well, yeah, let's go with how are you planning on searching? You could just scan, I guess. Well, you could scan
Yeah.
for a box.
Scan for a box.
Okay. Yeah, well, when it doesn't want to do it. Yeah, so you've got a well, there's actually not really any safety, anything that looks like a safe, to be honest. It looks like, there's there remains of what you'd think of as filing cabinets.
Going on in this room? How could I find out what was going on in this?
This could be that room where it happened.
Yeah. Hell, I'm just gonna scan everything I can think of
Okay.
to like pour over.
Okay. Just like looking for chemicals, because he did talk about hydrocarbons in this pipe.
Yeah, so I want to see, is there any hard hydrocarbons, any anomalous readings like that, like build up or in
Okay.
one specific area, or are they all over the world?
You've got throw an engineering and reason.
There, oh god.
I'm
That was
waiting
a
for you to
19
throw.
and a 20.
Oh, fuck me running.
What the?
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that as your cliffhanger in this location. You get a scan and what? Okay. Steve and Destiny. Have you played Mad Libs where you do like beginning, middle, and end of a sentence?
Yeah, I've done something.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Jim is going to do the first word. Destiny is going to do the second word. And Steve, you do the third word.
Okay.
It would behoove you to just simply have a noun or a verb or an adjective just random in your head. You don't have to think hard about it. As a matter of fact, these might be Jim's last words, and they don't have to, and no one will know. So make them good. So, Jim, what's your first? You've got a weird tricorder reading that ended. It was a critical failure. So, what's the first word?
Shit.
Okay. Zara, Destiny, I'm almost afraid I know what I know what I would say, but what's the second word that comes out of his
I'm
mouth?
not gonna say hands. I want to say hands. I don't want to say hands. But I was gonna go with purple.
Okay. Steve, you can bat anything you want with this. Hyphenated words will work fine.
I've been thinking it since we've been looking around. Meth lab.
I like it's the famous purple mouth. Okay, that is the critical failure for that. I want to quickly hop back to the hospital and make things shitty for you as well.
I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Jim, if you really feel the need, you can play Delkin, who is in a coma, or you can play Erica Dunn, who is just sort of standing there, kind of knowing people. Azar, you've just delivered your thing to Commander Nellis, and initiate Pyral comes up to you guys, all of you, and is keeping her distance, but is clearly uncomfortable, and she's just asking. I know that you come, and you're not. You've traveled far, and I acknowledge your love to help, and your confidence, your courage, and your empathy. But one is enough here. We ask that only Varric remain.
Okay, I guess I will step out.
I'll burn her down with a phaser.
I think this might be a good time while they do their thing to talk to Talus about creating a distraction.
Okay. Tell us, what are you? How are you responding to this?
Okay.
You can also puppet Erica if you want Erica to try and do something, convince Jim of it.
Okay, so we're figuring out a way to make a distraction so you can do brain surgery.
I don't know if that's at the top of the agenda. You've just been asked to leave by the person in charge. So
Okay. All right. Well, we should probably get back to HQ, as it were. So, and then we can make plans there.
okay.
Okay.
So, let's grab Tomas and beat feet.
Okay. How are you pulling Tomas out of there?
I figure if we make like we're part of his grouping or something, and then slowly guide him out.
Okay. All right. Tomas, you're. Erica, you're going to be making a role as the CO. And Nellis, I think you're going to also be. I mean, you're not manhandling him. You're doing appropriate, trying to get a person to move in a willing way, non-coercive way. So what I'm going to need is probably security and presence from you. And then Dunn, you can support his action, and you've got like a 13.
Okay. I got 2 successes.
Okay.
Well, 1 success.
Yep, which is all you needed. Yeah, you get Thomas. Thomas is still distraught. He actually, as you kind of pull him, not pull him away, but time to go. He really, you get a really good sense, and Azara, you're getting a serious sense of kind of like the world's kind of starting to crash in on old Tomas in terms of everything. He's got some guilt now. He's got fear. He's a whole swirl of not great. Okay, he's a whole swirl of waking up at 4 a.m. and realizing all the shit you did wrong in life. So, Tomas will come with you. And Zara, as you leave, you're gonna get. You don't read the mind, but you do just overhear. Probably I'll go to the people that were around Denkin, but not seriously reporting with him. Mm-hmm. When Tomas leaves, they come in a little closer, but not a lot closer. And Pyrel just tells them, I don't know what we will do with the wrongness of this. And that's where we'll leave it. I keep leaving on cryptic notes, so I hope these are cryptic enough for your asses.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go, folks. We'll leave that on kind of 2 cliffhangers, as it were. And thanks everybody for hanging out with us at this point. We've had hopefully a pretty good time advancing the cause of people being incredibly nice to each other until they're not. And we've got, let me see, where is our general chat? No. Weekly schedule. We have coming in on Tuesday, it's the beginning of a Neverwinter episode. An ancient evil has reawakened, and whispers of a dread name permeating the air. In the city of Neverwinter, rumors and conspiracies run rampant as to the sudden increase in missing citizens. Vowing to find answers, the Lord Protector Dougal Nevermember calls upon an unlikely band of investigators to investigate. Okay, tune in to find out what horrors await our newest band of heroes in Eve of Ruin Episode 1, A Cult of Personality. So that'll be Good Devil Inc. running that, and I think if you like 5th edition, I think you'll have a great time. And then we don't have anything Wednesday, we don't have anything Thursday. Oh, it's good. We'll be just running opposite Neverwinter. On Friday, we have Cookie Trek, and Simon and Rufus had already started plumbing the depths of going it alone. Star Trek characters winding up on their own, or worse yet, winding up with a companion that they hate. And all the ramifications thereof. So they had enough for a part 2, so they're going to have duodoms in Star Trek. And then Sunday we're off, Saturday we're off, and Monday we swing back around to the Expanse after someone discovers a secret about their dad, and it wasn't just what was in his sock drawer. So, what we're going to do is, I don't know if we're going to go on a raid or anything, but does anybody have a hope, dream, or fear, since we didn't do that last week? What do you want to do this week? What are your hopes, dreams, and fears? Destiny, do you have a...
I kind of want to prevent a possible... I don't know if they're like planning to... They don't have a legal system, so I hope they're not planning on just killing this guy.
Okay, that wasn't a hope. You're hoping they kill this guy?
No, I'm hoping they do not.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. House. Yes. I don't know if that'll work. Destiny, I hope they don't kill this guy. And that was Drainus, right? Or whatever his name is. I hope they don't kill D. Okay.
Yeah.
Jim, what are your hopes, fears, or dreams?
I am worried that whatever is behind this explosion and this disturbance is not, like, it's not over. Like there's some kind of residue, or there's some kind of circumstance that is going to come out of this explosion that we don't know what happened. You don't know what's going to go on.
Well, I'm going to go as an author. Well, duh. It's just a matter of what comes out of the explosion.
Yeah.
They're going to have a new dawn and an understanding of OSHA. There's going to be a lot of OSHA regulations is what's going to come out of this explosion.
Yep.
We're going to ground the whole MD-11 fleet for this. Oh, God. Sorry I brought that up. That's going to be too soon for a few decades. Steve, what is your hope, dream, or fear?
That whatever this, whatever Thomas told this guy is absolutely not non-prime directive breaking and completely anticlimactic. That he he thinks that giving his grandma's biscuit recipe is was a bad thing.
Okay. Oh, God. That would... Well, if I did that to you, you'd brain me. And rightly so. You'd come find out where I lived and just beat the hell out of me. Well, anyway, if any of those things, some, all, or none of those might happen, I don't know if I'm going to use the episode title Hospice Mospice. But it's a good working title. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good night, and I guess we can say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Now I got to figure out how to find my off. See, now I'm talking, and I need to find my off button.